Sam. So
Yeah. So I always think before, make sure to start this, but then you get talking back and forth with her, and you just. Hi, Lisa. Have you joined the call?
Yes, I have. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing this morning?
Good. Feeling great.
Good. That's what we like to hear. On the call with us this morning, I have my colleague Alex. He's going to help us out when we move on to the demonstration. He's going to help us navigate and show us some things in there.
Awesome.
Are we waiting for anybody else on your side, Lisa?
Nope, just going to be me for right now.
Okay, perfect. And, before we get started, Lisa, is it okay if I just go over some information, make sure that we're all on the same page, just so we ensure we're showing you the things that are most important to you today?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so based off of some information, it looks like you gave us, do you guys have about 100 employees or so still, Lisa?
Yes.
Okay, so, and how are you guys currently tracking time and attendance for them?
As of right now, all of our warehouse employees use a clock machine, a swipe-in machine, and then all of our hourly employees, most of them sit at a computer so that they do an online or an Excel-based timesheet.
Okay. Perfect. And so with that, are you looking to kind of match or mirror your current process or way you're doing things, or is there something particular you're looking to switch from?
I would just like an all-new system altogether. Anything to make it easier for me to collect hours would be ideal.
Okay, so the system you're on right now is giving you some issues with just mining all that data, having it in one place for you?
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. And so with that, you said you're mining all that, getting it ready for payroll. Is that where all the time's coming in, manipulation on your end?
Yeah.
Okay, and who are you guys using for payroll, Lisa?
We use a local CPA group here in Grand Rapids, or here in Byron Center, Michigan.
Okay. Perfect. With that, Lisa, before we get going, I think that you given us some information to give us a good start. I appreciate that. But before we dive in, is there anything specific that you want us to ensure that we show you? Again, there's a million different things in the software. We could be here all day, but we only have a limited amount of time. We just want to make sure that we're hitting all those points for you.
Right. I mean, I already have an HRIS system. I use Bamboo, as you guys know. So I'm really just looking for that time tracking system. So anything else that it can do, probably not really. Like time off, we use Bamboo to track all of our vacation and PTO.
Okay.
So mostly I'm just interested in an easier hour tracking based system. I'd like to move away from a time swipe machine because my warehouse guys forget their cards every other day. And I was like, it's funny, but mostly it's really annoying.
Yeah, I can see how that can cause a bunch of problems. I'm sure on your end too, trying to go
Yes,
back in
definitely.
and fix those times. So yeah, I can see. I think it would definitely be able to help you out here. We'll show you the process, how simple it is, and that way you can really see if it's something that will work for you guys. So
Awesome.
with that, if you don't have any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Alex, and he will get going on the demo.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks, Lisa.
Thanks,
Alex,
Josh.
ready,
Thanks, Lisa. Yeah, I'm good. I appreciate that. Yeah, like Josh said, the solution does a million different things, and we want to make sure that we maximize your time because we realize your time is valuable and just want to make sure that you get the most out of this. So thank you for giving us that information so we can go ahead and target those things for you. One of the things that's kind of nice, especially we do integrate in with Bamboo, and so that makes it kind of nice and simple to be able to use. And I'm going to show you my screen so you kind of have an idea of what it looks like here. So here, just to kind of give you an idea, this is from the Bamboo page right here, the marketplace, and that the information that actually flows, once you have it in Bamboo, that's where you do all the information anyway. That's where you input all your employees' info. It's nice because it just flows to our system like this right here. So it makes it nice and easy. That way you don't have to double key information or anything of that nature, okay? So obviously, so we want to make your life easier. We want to make it simpler for you, and as much integration and the systems talking together as possible, the easier it is for you to be able to process and look at items as you need to extract the data. So, and that's the whole goal. That's why we've actually have this partnership with these folks. So, okay.
Right.
Kind of give you an idea there. So it makes it nice and simple. I hire a new person. This is the sync frequency here. It'll flow there, and then you're ready to go. Okay. So it's pretty painless and pretty easy to do. Okay. With that said, let me kind of give you an idea. This is the actual system itself. The nice thing is it's web-based. You don't have any software or anything to download. I'm going to show you first of all what it looks like from your point of view. Then I'll show you what it looks like from your employee's point of view. Does that sound okay?
Okay.
So you kind of have an idea what it looks like. So right here, what you're looking at is this dashboard here gives me the ability to be able to see just at a glance. I'm showing you the administrator view. So I can have different views. So the administrator view, you're going to be able to see everything, all 100 of your employees, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay. I can have supervisors, and when they log in, they'll just see those people who report directly to them, and the numbers will correspond accordingly. So for example, this demo happens to have 31 employees. It's letting me know that I have 26 that are clocked in and 5 that are out. Okay. So real simple and really easy for me to see. I have a few missing punches for the pay period, and I do that on purpose just to show you so you know what it looks like. And also I can put punch notes in as well. I'll show you what those are here in just a second. I just want to kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at here. Okay, so real simple and really easy for me to be able to see as I log into the system. You have to have credentials to get in. They're all secure and safe, so you choose what you want people to see. Okay. Now, let me ask you: do you have overtime, or do you try to avoid overtime, or is it just kind of happen at times? Talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, we definitely have overtime.
Okay, all righty. With our system here, it gives you the ability to be able to track how many people were hit overtime during a particular week based on your criteria that you tell us. Okay, so for example, December 10th, we had a pretty busy week, so we had 25 of our 32 people that were had overtime. Here, last week, we had none. So again, I can tell really simple and really easy. Here, it gives me the hours. So I had 141.87 overtime hours. Okay. So again, real simple, really easy for me to be able to see these items just at a glance. Okay. So now I'm just going to go ahead and go to the system here. And a lot of people, when they look at our system, we just try to keep it simple and easy. And we don't have a lot of bells and whistles and a lot of things going on in the background, because what we find is that that's what slows up the actual solution itself. We have like a 99.99% uptime, and our clients prefer to have it up as opposed to looking pretty a lot of times with a lot of things going on in the background. So we try to keep it simple and easy is what we try to do. Okay. Yeah. So with that said, here's again, if I want to look at the dashboard here, we're not going to worry about time off requests because those are going to come from Bamboo into our system, like you were saying. Okay. And so the good news is that here's my current pay period here. I can set these up any way that I want. What do you folks currently do for pay periods? Is it weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly?
It is weekly. It is
perfect.
Weekly.
Okay, just taking some notes here. So what'll happen is that here I've done this one bi-weekly, so yours will be set up weekly is what it'll be, your period. Okay, so then what's going to happen here, your pay period, and then what's going to happen here is all 100 of my employees will be listed here. So I try to keep it at a manageable uh, measure right here because I don't want to have to scroll through 100 people. So that's why I keep it at about this amount right here. So here's my employees here. This one happens to be a restaurant slash grocery store demo. And so you'll see as I'm in here, you'll see some of the things and some of the job responsibilities. So here's my employees listed here. Again, if I were a supervisor, I can slice this up any way that I want. So let's say, do you break your people up into teams, or do you have supervisors that have?
Yeah. We'd have different supervisors, and we technically have different companies, so it would.
Okay. Yep. Nope. No problem. Nope. I understand. So you can break that up into different groups, organizations, whatever you want, different supervisors. So they would be able to see just the information that you want them to see. For example, if the employee one here, Tommy, Timothy, and Thomas were my responsibility, the people that report directly to me, when I logged in, those would be the only 4 that I see. Okay. So they can't see anybody else, only the people that you want them to see. Okay. So any information that you want them to see as well. So again, I'm showing you the administrator view here. The M are those people who have missing punches. The E are those people who have edited or fixed punches that I've went in and fixed, or the supervisor's gone in and taken care of. And then the A here are approvals. So this is where the employee's gone in and approved their time, and I've gone in and approved their time. I can have 3 levels of approvals. This one I only have 2. And some companies say, hey, great, we love it when employees approve their time cards. Some companies say, don't worry about it. And this is an optional feature that you can have. Again, we design it for what you need. Okay. So far, so good, Lisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Pretty simple to do. Now, the missing punches are also going to be in pink right here. So let me go to Patricia just to kind of give you an idea how simple it is and what kind of the layout looks. So here's her system right here, or her pay period right here. Here's how we're going to fix her time card, in times, out times. You can also set it up to deduct time. I know you can't do that there in where you folks are, so you have to actually have them clock in and clock out for lunch. Most companies have that there in Michigan.
Yeah.
But it'll keep track of holidays for you, so those would carry over to here. Okay. Whether they're paid or not paid, you tell us, and then we set up the rule accordingly. Okay, here's the departments right here, so you can have it set up. These items right here are customizable. Again, since this is a restaurant slash grocery store demo, we want them to put in tips if it applies to them. Some of our employees have mileage that they have on this particular demo. Okay, here's their pay rate, and we can also do different pay rates. So if if they're paid one rate doing one responsibility and a different rate with another responsibility, the system will track those for you too. Okay. Do you have that need at all, or is everybody pretty much paid the same?
Everyone's pretty much paid the same. There's a few circumstances if they do some extra work, like paint or something like that, but it wouldn't be a common thing.
No problem. So, and then I can do locations kind of like I've done right here. And again, I'm just showing you just from her point of view what it looks like. I'm sorry, your point of view what it looks like. Now, if I want to fix a punch, these fields, the ones that I highlighted, are customizable. So you can make these whatever that you want. So I can make these columns here, whatever I want them to say. I can add columns if I need to, or I can just take the columns away. You tell us what you like us to do up here, and we can set it up accordingly. So maybe different departments, kind of like you're saying, groups, companies, whatever you want, we can do that for you. Okay? So simple and easy. We set it up the way that you want us to set it up for you. Okay. Now, with that said, she's clocked in right now. She came in at 7:54. That's great. There's a missing punch here, and she forgot to punch out on Tuesday. Now, generally what's going to happen is every day you choose who you want to receive this notification. It's called a daily auto email. And what that does, that lets you know anybody who has missing punches for the pay period. It'll notify the supervisor. They can go in and take care of it. Okay. So
Nice.
that way it's not, you don't have to guess, like you're saying, try to figure out who did what. Maybe you happen to look back. It's really easy to be able to go in and take care of these items. So here we see that she came in at 7:30 and she left at 4:30 of this day with everybody else, on the floor, let's say. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit it here. And she left at 4:30. And I'm going to put a little note here where I'm going to say missing punch. Okay. So I'm going to save this. And what's going to happen is that when I save that note, it's now going to, for Patricia, it's going to go from a missing punch to an edited punch. So these are real time. So
Okay.
it will correct yourself that quickly. Go ahead.
No, that makes sense. I'm just agreeing.
Okay. Nope, no problem. So these little dog ears here are notes that are viewable by managers. So this is letting me know if I highlight my mouse over this, it's going to let me know I went in there, Alex went in there and fixed this punch. And at the end there it says missing punch. I went in there and put that in there. Okay. So the system has zero secrets. You'll know who did what inside of the system and what was done. So it makes it nice and simple. So if an employee comes to you and says, hey, I don't remember this happening, you can go in there and you can see who did that and when they did it. Okay.
Nice.
There's a little alert that popped up here as well. So this one I have this threshold set at 40 hours to let me know when at 5 hours that she'll be reaching overtime. So I have the ability to be able to do that within the system as well. Okay. So again, pretty simple and pretty easy to do. I'm going to jump to Tommy here for a second because I want to show you he has a little bit more data in here. See how he has his location was site 3. He worked in the deli. Here he was a satellite. He worked as the driver and so forth. Okay. So again, I can have all this data and information in here that I want to, and be able to now track them more detailed, and I can make it as detailed as I want. Down at the bottom, what's going to happen is that it's going to break down the hours for me. So he has overtime and non-overtime. So so far for the pay period, he has 62 hours, 62.39 overtime hours. I'm sorry, regular hours and 3 overtime hours for total here. So the nice thing is it breaks it up here. This is his pay before deduction so far for the pay period. So it breaks it all up for me. And I have the ability to be able to share this with employees, or I can just let them look at their hours. However you want to do it, you can do whatever you'd like. Okay. So with that said, if I want to fix a whole bunch of time cards, it's very easy for me to be able to do that with the multi-time card editor. And then if I want to approve time cards, let me go here. This gives me the ability to be able to approve time cards. And this right here, I only have 2 levels. But if I have a 3rd level, I'd be the management approval in this case. So right now I'm just a supervisor. So this is for the last pay period. I'm just going to go in here and select everybody. Generally, I wouldn't do it without missing punches. With missing punches, I fix those first. But I'm just going to select everybody. I'm going to approve it. And now what's going to happen is this is going to date stamp it and let me know. Sorry about that. Sometimes GoToMeeting slows this down. It's going to date stamp it and let me know when I actually approve the time. Okay, so real simple and really easy to do from your point of view, the supervisor's point of view. Okay, so far, any questions or flowing pretty smooth for you?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now, what does it look like from the employee's point of view? Let me show you a couple ways that.
Now, can I take that? I'm sorry, that time card summary, and can I export that somehow?
Yeah, you sure can. Yep, you sure can. All the information and everything here you can export. So I have the ability. I have a whole bunch of different reports that you can export. If I want to do, for example, let's say I just want to export these hours here. I can export the activity right here. And I want to do it for the previous pay period because that's the one I just approved. And I can export it to a CSV, something as simple as this, Lisa. And then what will happen is when I export the information, I'm just going to submit this. It's going to let me know there's a missing punch, which is okay because I knew there was going to be. I'm just going to check that box and I'm going to submit that. And now what's going to happen is it's going to download the information for me. I'm just going to do Lisa. And here we go. And here is all that punch history right here. Okay, so the nice thing is now I can send this over to my payroll company, and now they can process payroll. Or if you need to manipulate it in any other way, whatever, we have a whole bunch of different formats that you can do. So it'll break up the regular, the vacation, the holiday type of thing that he has here for Tommy. Here's his pay for those individual items. And if I have them working in any other departments or anything like that, it'll break that out for me as well. Okay. So I have the ability to do all that right here for that particular report. If I want to just kind of look at, like a work month report, how many people work, that type of thing for the week. If I want to get more detail on actually what they did and their breakdown, I have the ability to do that. So you can do all kinds of things within our system here. Again, we have 19 out of the box. And then you can do custom reports. If there's not one that's set up the way that you want it, you can drag the columns and make them any way that you'd like. Okay. So pretty simple and pretty easy to do. By the way, we help you do all this stuff. We train you. We show you how to do it. So we don't just say, "Boy, Lisa, I sure hope you listened on the demo, okay?" Because so we help you with it, okay? Just so you know.
Good.
So with that said, let me give you an idea what it looks like from the employee's point of view.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's going to happen with the employees? What type of, are they using just a clock where you said a swipe badge? Is that what they're doing right now when they come?
Yeah, that's what half of them are using. The other half are just filling out an Excel-based document online on their computer.
On a computer, no problem. Yeah. So with us, you have the ability to be able to do that as well, like a clock right here. We can do that. They just swipe the clock and they're ready to go. Or you can even do a proximity card where they just bump it up against the clock and they're set. Okay. And you can pick and choose who does what, just FYI. Okay? So if you have half your team doing that, that's great. And then we also have a mobile app and then again, yeah, it's real simple. Like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot of training. They just swipe the badge, you're ready to go. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to do.
With that though, real quick, Lisa, didn't you say that you didn't want to do the
more than likely
because
I
they
would
forget their badges?
Yeah, I would like to move away from the badge punch.
No problem. No problem. Were you thinking maybe to go to a web clock, something like this on a machine? Would that help a little bit better?
That's what I was thinking.
Let me show you how that works because it makes it nice and simple to be able to do. So here's the solution you can put on a machine. You can put it on a tablet, whatever you'd like to do. Okay. So what would happen is let's say, for example, here's Tommy, and he is clocked in right now. I'm just going to do web clock. So he's clocked in. So he can clock out for the day, or he can start his break, or he can start his meal. He doesn't have the ability to clock in again because he's clocked in already, but it just makes it nice and simple that they have the ability to do whatever. So I'm just going to do start break, okay, and I'm just going to finish the punch, and there you go. It's that simple to do, okay? Now, when he's ready to come back in, again, same thing. And I'm just going to do the web clock there, and break, and there you go. So this happens to have a prompt because I have it set up that he has to do that. You don't have to do that, but I'm going to finish the punch and his break's ended. And there you go. He's all ready to go. Okay. Now he has the ability as well. By the way, we can lock this down so that it will only work with certain IP addresses. So it will only work there at the office. Okay. At the facility. So they can't take this web address and log it from home.
It doesn't have to necessarily be one machine that I set up?
No, you can do multiple. So we can do your company IP address, that type of thing, you're set. So, yep, you just let us know what they are, and we'll set them up.
Because most of the employees have their own iPads, so they
Yep, no problem. You just let us know what you want it to be, and we'll take care of it for you. Okay? Cool. So make your life a lot easier, right?
Yeah, I like to hear.
No problem. Now this is the employee self-service portal, and right here they'll have in here what we need them to have. We won't worry about the time off requests because those are going through Bamboo. They can look at their time card here just to kind of give you an idea, and here you go. So here's Tommy's time card. Okay, so he's going to see, he's a manager, so that's why he has these buttons over here. Generally, that you wouldn't let them edit their time or anything, but I just want to give you an idea that he has the ability to see his punch history right here. Pretty simple and pretty easy. Now, as I'm looking at the punches here, so again, he just clocked back in. started his break at 9:20, ended his break at 9:21. It was a pretty short break, but that's okay. So again, it gives him the ability to be able to do that, okay? So if he needs to transfer between departments, kind of like he did right here, he worked at the main office, then he went to station 1. It has the ability to be able to transfer if you need him to transfer responsibilities. Okay? So kind of like we did right here. It sounds like that's not an issue with you folks, but if you need it, we have it here. Is that probably accurate? Okay, no problem. He'll be able to see his time card down here. Is what he'll be able to see, and then he's going to be able to see. I didn't allow him to see his wage. If you want him to see his wage, you can. You can, but I didn't allow him to do it on the demo. Okay.
Gotcha.
So again, you guys have 100% control on what you want them to see. Okay.
Nice.
Now, again, simple for the employees, simple for you to be able to access the information. And now if you want them to approve their time card, I can go in here, right down here, and approve my time card. I'm going to approve all entries. The pay period isn't over. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm going to confirm it. And there you go. Now, the way I will know that my time card's been approved is see these silhouettes of these heads right here on the left. That's letting me know as the employee, I approve my time card. The one on the right is my supervisor, so I'm waiting for my supervisor to approve it. And again, I didn't approve them yet because I'm still in the middle of the pay period. Okay, so again, just real simple and really easy to be able to do. Now, as you look over here on your side, you're going to see that, it's green over here. He's approved his because I just did it, but nobody else has approved their time card, and that's fine because you're not ready to run payroll for that period yet anyway. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's the system, Lisa. Again, pretty simple and pretty easy. Showed you how to, for you to be able to view information and your supervisors. You can chop this up any way that you want it for your supervisors to see information based on who report directly to them. And then also just now all this information flows. It's all in one system. So now you have access to it all in one spot. Okay, it makes it kind of nice. If you want to see who's here today, I can look at today's entries, and here we go. So now I will be able to see everybody who's here. If I were a supervisor, obviously I would just have access to the people that report to me. Okay, you're going to see everybody. Is what you're going to see here. Okay, so you can have as many administrators as you want. You can have as many supervisors as you want. We don't charge any extra for those. You just do as many as you'd like. Okay, so your thoughts, your impressions of the system, Lisa?
No, it seems pretty intuitive, and it does exactly what I'm looking for it to do. And to be able to log in on their iPads and at their computers would be ideal.
Yeah,
especially if we have multiple locations, so we would be able to give you.
That's right.
3
That's right.
IP addresses, which would allow them to log in at any of those locations.
Any of those locations, you're good. Here's a great thing too, is that with the employee self-service portal that I showed how the employees get in, there's just a link within Bamboo that they just click on there, so it's just single sign-on, so they don't need to have different sign-ons and anything like that. So.
Oh, heck yeah.
Makes it easy. So,
because if I told them they had to memorize a new password, they'd all murder me.
and I know that's kind of one of those things where it's like, I hear what you're saying, Lisa. You're the one that gets all the questions. You're the one that gets all the grief, and so that's why we try to make that so easy for you. So again, hey, your password already. Just click on the link, and then you're ready to go. Okay.
Nice.
So it's that easy to do. Okay. So, we, like I said, we do all the setup, we do the training, we do the implementation is what we do. So we handle all of that, so you don't have to worry about any of it. We obviously work with you, make sure your employees are in here, set up the way you want it set up, that type of thing. Okay. So again, we try to keep it simple and easy is what we do. Now, the way that we did you have any questions other than pricing? Because I was just going to get into that for you.
Nope, that would be my next question.
Okay, so the way that we do that is that it's just per employee per month. So is your base about 100? Is about what it is?
It would be closer to 80 that we have that would be using a clock-in system like this. We wouldn't need every employee on that. We would just need our hourly employees, and that's closer to 80.
Okay, okay, no problem. So here's what would happen: is it's just $4 per employee per month. Again, just simple and easy. Okay, and if you have more employees, you just pay the $4 is what you pay. So again, we just want to keep it simple and easy for you. Okay, so here's what happens. So 80 times 4, you'd be looking at 320 per month is what you'd be looking at. Okay. There's a one-time setup fee just to kind of give you an idea, and especially with what you're looking to do, it's not real complex or anything like that. That's the good news. I mean, we have some that, especially what you're looking to do, and with the integration of Bamboo, by the way, it includes that. So there's no extra charge to do that. We take care of all that for you. Okay. There's a one-time setup fee of $350. Again, we're not talking about $1 million. It's really affordable. Okay.
Thanks.
And very simple and very easy to do. And again, we take care of the setup, the implementation, the training. We do all that for you. Okay, so you don't have to worry about anything. It also includes support. So let's say, for example, you need additional assistance or that type of thing. We take care of that for you too. There's no additional charge to do that. Okay.
Okay.
So, okay, to get going, all we do is we'll put the pricing together for you, and then we'll send it over to you in the form of a DocuSign with the pricing that we just quoted you. Okay, and then makes sense. You just approve it, send it back, and then we'll start the implementation process. We'll send you out a couple of forms just to make sure it's set up again the way that you want it set up, like we talked about, and then you're ready to go. Okay, so pretty painless. Pretty painless.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. My next thing is to bring all this information to my managers and my CEO.
Okay. We will get this over to you right now. We record all of our demos. Would you like us to send that back to you, Lisa? Would that help? A recorded demo
that would be great.
we have? Awesome.
Yeah.
We can do that. And then should we follow up with you in the next week or 10 days? What would be good on your side?
Give me 10 days. I always like more time.
Okay. All right. Sounds
I'm
good.
a department of one, so the more time, the better.
That's great. And the good news is once you're done with this, you are set. So this will help to give you a lot of time back as well. Take some of that heartburn that you're having and get you some time back. So, right?
Exactly.
So, all right, Lisa. We'll get this out to you in the next day or two, and then you'll have that information. And then again, if you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to give Josh or myself a call back. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, Lisa.
Okay,
have a great afternoon. Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.